Welcome back, everybody, to the Minnesota Twins franchise. We have a fun episode in store today with the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game as we have reached the season's halfway point. The Twins overall have been good this year, especially in the latest month or so as we've taken over first place in the AL Central, and we have a few players on display today during the All-Star festivities. It's also a chance to see some of the stars from around the league. As we dive into the Home Run Derby coming up first, Mike Trout has the most homers on the season with 32 already. So you'd have to assume he's the heavy favorite going into the Derby. Here are the 8 competitors, including Twins third baseman Miguel Sano, enjoying a fantastic start to the year. The way the Derby works is that the 8 competitors are seeded and then matched up with one another in 1v1 derbies, and the winner moves on to the next round and so on. Everybody gets 4 minutes to hit as many homers as possible, 30 seconds extra if 2 go over 440. And here is the Home Run Derby's long shot. It's Nomar Mazara, the 8th seed, wasting no time, belting 2 home runs into the right field stands at Yankee Stadium. And his matchup, you see it, it's Mike Trout, the 1 seed, 32 homers on the year. Well, Mazara comes out, 3 straight home runs. Nope, let's make it 4. 4 swings and 4 homers already. How far can Mazara take this? His streak ended at 4, but the success was far from over. Here with just under 2 minutes remaining, he's already got number 9. Into double digits with a minute to go if you include his bonus time. Number 13 to the gap at 442 feet. He hit that bonus in no time. And these are some moonshots off of Mazara, who had the AL batting title a couple years ago in the series. What an opening round. 14 home runs for Mazara, and it's Mike Trout's job to top that. Well, here you go, Trout. You're the 1 seed. You got to live up to the hype. He did not get off to a fast start like Mazara, and he had this tendency to get underneath these fly balls. These weren't really line drive home runs he was trying for. These had a lot of hang time, which I think cost him a few seconds overall and maybe a couple swings in this round. You see him well behind the pace that Mazara kept up, but if Trout catches fire, you know he can close this gap. He just can't miss one here. 14-11. He's got to get 3. And this one in the air, hooking foul. And that's going to eat up too much time. Trout ends up getting a hold of this one. His last swing is home run number 12. But he is eliminated in the very first round by the 8th seed Nomar Mazara. Already some drama and some excitement here in the Home Run Derby. Matchup number 2, we have Manny Machado and Justin Turner. Machado going to opposite field, showing off a bit. And then pulling one down the line. Didn't really have his best swing, and it still goes 434 feet. 9 home runs, and then to dead center. Machado going to all fields. Still a pretty impressive round as he ends up with 10, missing the bonus. So I felt like maybe it was a chance for Justin Turner to get this win, but he had a really bad start. It took 2 minutes until he got to home run number 3, well over half the time he had in total. Maybe he could get to the bonus, but he's got to make the most of these remaining swings. And this is where he starts to get hot a bit. 10-6. Underneath this one, headed out to center field. And that's going to reach as well. And he earns the bonus on that homer. So now he's just got to at least tie it to force a swing off. He goes opposite field, down to about 15 seconds. And on his last at bat, he fouls it off, sending Manny Machado onto round 2. Matchup number 3, Christian Yelich and Miguel Sano. Yelich had the lowest power ratings here going in, but obviously he's one of the top home run hitters in the National League. Upper deck shot there, 434. But then you also got some of these from Yelich. Opposite gap would be doubles in a normal game, and unfortunately it doesn't score you points here in the Derby. He did have a good last minute and a half or so, getting to 9 home runs. But would that be enough to hold off Miguel Sano? We won the home run derby last year. Nelson Cruz took it home for Minnesota, and this year Miguel Sano is our only competitor. So all he's got to do is top 9. He had 28 in the first half of the season, and this one's going way out to left center field, no doubt about it, and 471 feet. This left field power from Sano, it is impressive. That goes to 433. He did unlock the bonus. This is going to left field, upper deck, and way back, 462. He ties Yelich, and with 30 seconds to go, this is high. It just keeps going. It is back. It's fair and gone. Home run number 10. Sano sent to round number 2. And who would his opponent be? Kyle Schwarber versus Giancarlo Stanton. Schwarber down the line. An impressive home run that stays fair at 433 feet. Schwarber, this time a lower trajectory, line drive into the second deck. At 7 already, just over halfway home. He gets to number 8. But I knew he would need a bunch to hold off Giancarlo Stanton. 13 with less than 10 seconds to go. Schwarber gets number 14 right there. Impressive round, but the matchup is not ideal. Stanton can send these a long way. 342 career home runs so far. I think he has the most intimidating batting stance in all of baseball. And then you couple that with the fact that he can effortlessly send these 450 plus feet. This is kind of a pop-up style contact for him, and it's still way back to left field and gone at 387. He gets into his bonus time, and this one is gonna tie Kyle Schwarber. He just needs one more in about 30 seconds. Down to 9. Schwarber hoping for a swing off, and that is not going to happen. 14 is not enough. Stanton gets 15 to match up with Sano in round number 2. So we go back to the top of the order, and Nomar Mazara. Can he possibly duplicate what he did the first time out? Facing Manny Machado. First pitch, driven a long way again. This is out 475 feet. Mazara can send these as far as anybody in the home run derby. I did not expect that. I thought he'd have a Christian Yelich-like performance. But Mazara has a lot of power. He can go to center here, drifting toward left center, and it's still way out, 442. Up to 12 with 10 seconds to go in his main round, and that's number 13. 452. Into his bonus time, trying to top what he did in the first round. 14 for Nomar Mazara. And on his final swing, he's going opposite field toward the bullpen. Still going, gone. 15 homers. Can Machado top that? If not, Mazara's on to the finals. So here's Manny. Only 10 in his first round. That would not be enough here. Pretty good start for Machado as he looks to get number 3 right here. It is gone. Way gone, actually. 415. However, the next 60 seconds or so were a lot slower. Down by 10, he keeps this one fair. 15-9. Has a little over a minute to go if you include the bonus. But he starts to slow up. He could not keep the same pace as Mazara. Maybe the fatigue setting in as he just got stuck here around 10 home runs. That one misses short, and then he lets the last one go, and he loses by 5. Nomar Mazara on to the finals. Machado obviously very frustrated, but now who's gonna meet Mazara? It's Sano up first, and I knew we had to set a good mark because Stanton can clobber so many. And Sano gets off to a really good start, pretty much pulling everything into left field. He had to make the most of every swing. With 7, this is down the line. You got to keep these fair. Sano does! 452 off the glass. At 14, he's on to right center, and that is back for home run number 15. It was the best round to this point. Sano gets 17, and even with that, my first thought after this was, is that enough? Giancarlo Stanton. If anybody could beat 17, I think it's Stanton. Schwarber had an impressive 14. Stanton beat him on his final swing and gets off to a fast start, hitting his first 2 out to Miguel Sano. And I believe he earned the bonus on those first 2 home runs. This is out to center. Sometimes hard to get these out, but not for Stanton. 17-5, again out to center field. Hoping this one falls short, but the hang time. Punters in the NFL are very jealous. I can't believe that last one got out. But a few of these he did get underneath, and he got himself into some trouble here with the round coming to an end. 17-12. This is out to left center. Nope, it falls short again. Sano sent to the finals. Nomar Mazara, the 8 seed. Miguel Sano, the 3 seed. They meet up. But Mazara's been fantastic so far, especially that first round and the 4 straight he had to open. He didn't hit any home runs on his first 2 swings this time, but once he gets a hold of one, you can tell pretty quickly that it's gone. His swing was my favorite of this derby. He's got a very clean swing, and you just tell right away that it's got no chance of coming up short. He's not hitting fly balls that might need a little bit of time to get there. No, these are without a doubt. And they're getting to the stands fast. Way up there, 453. Impressive round for Mazara. Not his best. He ends up with 12. So here's Sano. Again, just trying to pull these out to left field. So strong, he gets his first at 420 feet. This is going to opposite field now. Gonna switch things up for number 3. Still in his first minute at 4 and pulls this. That's fair. It's back. And number 5. An impressive pace to start. Toward the halfway point, he's got over half the homers to get the victory. He's just got to keep it up and gets to within 1 with over a minute to go. This one's high. It might go, it might fall short, and it is gone. He ties it up, has plenty of time, and goes to opposite field for the win. Sano is your home run derby champion. Nelson Cruz wins it last year, and another Twin has the title. That's 2 years in a row. I hope we're back again next season to defend it. We're going to be the home run derby dynasty in this series. Hope you all enjoyed the derby. I thought it was really fun with Nomar Mazara knocking out Mike Trout early on and then having to face Giancarlo Stanton. It was pretty fun for a derby. I had a really good time with it. Here are the overall results. Sano had the best individual round as well against Stanton. And after this too, I acquired the Jose Barrios autographed baseball card. I thought that was pretty cool and somewhat fitting for the episode. But now let's get on to the All-Star Game. Sano back for this along with Paul Goldschmidt and Dallas Keuchel. 3 representatives this season. Here are the starters. Clayton Kershaw on the mound for the National League and Danny Salazar for the American League. Somebody that we're pretty familiar with, playing against Cleveland so much each season. Salazar versus Jose Altuve to start things. I believe Altuve is now with the Cubs, I want to say. He was a big free agent signing for them. And to start, Altuve on the ground, right side, backhanded, good play. Got the quick first out. 2 batters later, it's Corey Seager, and he keeps this on the ground. Played by Carlos Correa, and the out to Goldschmidt at first. A 1-2-3 first inning for Danny Salazar. Then it's Clayton Kershaw, 2.02 ERA on the season. Opening against Elvis Andrus, who gets jammed a bit, but it's out of reach for Altuve and down for a hit. Next up, it's Michael Brantley. He goes to opposite field as well and gets the single. 2 aboard, and then we get to Miguel Sano, DHing. 28 home runs, a home run derby champion, trying to make something big happen against Kershaw, who gets a really favorable call. And then Sano strikes out on the high heat. Right after Sano in the order, we had Paul Goldschmidt. 2 on, 2 down. Goldie, no! It's popped up behind home plate and caught. Ultimately, the Twins get the inning ended, and then we turn things to Dallas Keuchel in the 2nd inning, just for 1 inning of work. Giancarlo Stanton in the air, high out to center. Thankfully, this one is not making an exit. Out number 1. Keuchel facing Christian Yelich. And that is tapped back to Keuchel. Quick flip to first base, 2 down. And finally, Joey Votto. He's in the air out to left field. Good start for the American League pitching with 6 quick outs. There really wasn't much offense early in the game. We'll take it to inning number 4. A runner in scoring position. This is drilled out to center. We make the catch and the runner moves up 90 feet. And then Stanton. How do you avoid a sacrifice fly at the least with this guy? It's almost impossible. It's deep enough in right field. Mookie Betts can try his best, but it's still going to be way short. 1-0 National League. We'll go bottom 4. Miguel Sano up again, and after striking out in his first trip, he corrects it in his second. It's way out to center and gone. 451 feet. Hoping to see a lot more of that as the season continues. Yelich didn't even move. He kind of looked over to see how far it went, but he didn't really want to acknowledge it. Goldschmidt up next, and a slider up in the zone. That was a pretty good swing, but he just missed it. DeGrom gets the strikeout. In the 5th inning, Chris Archer on the mound for the American League, striking out Joey Votto with the fastball on the inside corner. Next batter, Will Myers. 2-2 count, and he really gets a hold of this one. No doubt. Wow. An impressive home run gives the National League the lead right back. 463 for Myers. Following that, we go bottom 5. Mookie Betts trying to get our offense going, and he pulls one past third base into left field. Then Salvador Perez for the Royals gets jammed, and that's the last thing we wanted to see. 4-6-3 double play, still 2-1. In the 6th inning, it's Jake Odorizzi on the mound facing Jose Altuve, and that's headed down the line toward the corner. We try to cut it off and get it back in quickly, but we cannot prevent the double. Altuve in scoring position, and Stanton. Cutter on the inside. Odorizzi gets ahead in the count. Then the 2-2. Got him! Curveball on the inside corner freezes Stanton. What a pitch. Still 2-1 as we continue. And Corey Dickerson's going to find left center field for a base hit. We start to bring in some of the backups, but still kept in Mike Trout as he heads out to left center and deep. That was a meatball for Trout. He's in with a double. Dickerson holds at third. Nobody down. Sano keeps it on the ground to the right side, and we do get the tying run home, 2 apiece. Goldschmidt up next, 1-1. He's going to right this time. It's a base hit. AL takes over, 3-2. Here's Gene Segura later, 2-0 count. On the ground, that's through as well. Getting into a nice rhythm in the 6th inning. Can Manny Machado keep it going? He fouls off the sinker. 0-2. Manny strikes out and busts the bat in frustration. Remember back to the Derby. He lost to Nomar Mazara. He thought about it, but he's like, no. But then the strikeout in the All-Star game, it's all too much. Machado frustrated in what's supposed to be just a fun game. We weren't finished. This is a base hit to left center. That was Bruce Maxwell, the catcher for Oakland. And then Yoan Moncada. He got all of this one. 2-run shot to deep right field. Unfortunately, we're going to become very familiar with him. He's one of the stars now on the White Sox who have turned their entire team around this season. Yoan Moncada makes it 5-2. Ultimately, we held this lead going into the 9th. Here's Zach Britton trying to win it. 2 down. And reaching out for that one. That's no good. 0-1. And we get 2 strikes. Fastball on the inside. Looking for one more to get the win. Love this shot of Yankee Stadium. And everybody on their feet. Britton trying to shut this down. 1-2. Strike 3, AL wins it, 6-2. It's always fun to go through the All-Star game and to have one of our players win the home run derby, and then a few of our players help contribute to the victory in the All-Star game, that's always pretty fun. So I hope we keep this up and make it a regular occurrence every season. 6-2 is the final, and they gave the player of the game to Yoan Moncada for that 2-run homer. With that, we can return to Twins action next time. We start off by taking on the Rays and then the White Sox. And I'm way more interested in that series against Chicago with our struggles against them. The next focus becomes the trade deadline, July 31st. What can we possibly do to make this team better? We need to address the bullpen, absolutely. We tried this offseason and it wasn't enough. So further moves need to be made. We have a current 2-game lead and hopefully we can build it up a little bit, but it'll take a lot more success against Chicago if we even want to think about it. Here are the league leaders on the team: Goldschmidt, Sano. We have a lot of hot streaks. It's really nice compared to last season when we struggled going into the All-Star break. And one interesting thing I found here, actually, if you look at other stats like FIP and the WAR metric, Gary Tadano's been nearly as valuable this year as Dallas Keuchel, so maybe he's going to be in for a big second year and we'll see some of the other numbers get a lot better. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Minnesota Twins franchise. Please smash that like button and leave your feedback down below in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode. I'll see you with more Twins action soon. Have a great day, everybody.